Hello and welcome to another video, and in this video I'm going to be tackling dark skin tones. Now, this is a video I've been wanting to make for some time because I Google searched actually dark skin tones not too long ago, and I actually seen that there was very few tutorials on actually how to do it, and a majority of them seem to be aimed more for real life painting, like canvases and oils and acrylics and things like that of actual people's faces. And not really for miniatures. So I thought, you know what, let's get one done. And I definitely think it's a really cool sort of thing to do, and it really kind of makes your miniatures definitely stand out. And if you're doing a Space Marine army, the multiple skin tones really does make sense because they do recruit from, well, a lot of different worlds, and it kind of just makes variety as the spice of life. So yeah, I've done this, and it's going to be awesome. So grab yourself a brew and take a seat and enjoy, and let's jump right in. So as you can see, I have primed the model grey sear, and this is just a spare Space Marine head. So the colours I'm going to be using primarily is Catachan Flesh, Questor Flesh, Cadian Fleshtone, and some Abaddon Black. So what I've done is I've just added a little Abaddon Black into the Catachan Flesh to get sort of that tone, just to darken it down slightly, and then thinned it, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to cover all of the flesh tones. So you might need more than one coat of this. And it's quite thin. So let this coat dry, and then add another coat. So you probably need at least 2 or 3 coats just to get this layer on. So as you can see, that's took me about three good layers to get a solid base coat. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to get some of the Catachan Flesh on its own, thin it down, and we're going to start building up the highlights with some thin layers. So first thing, with dark skin, what you need is to really sort of build up the highlights on the most prominent features, because that's where the light really does shine and really sort of makes the skin pop. So if you're having issues with that, then what I suggest is to just look at some pictures of dark skin, and that'll help you see where these highlights are predominantly going to be. And the Games Workshop paints are very good to give you that tonal variation now, and just on the sides as well. So what you want to do is you just want to keep building up these layers until you gain full opacity. And again, it should be quite quick to achieve, because obviously you've only added a little bit of Abaddon Black to the base coat. So you've got the foundation down for the initial highlights, like so. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get those eyes done and then start pushing the contrast and the highlights in the skin. So with some thinned white scar, you can just take the excess off the brush, and with a good point on your brush, just pick out the eyes. This is always nerve-wracking to do on camera. And if we do it now, then the eyelid that's just underneath the eye, we can tidy that up with future layers. Okay, and then just a little bit of black on the tip of the brush. Get the pupils in. Okay, and that's the eye done. And then we just get some of the Catachan Flesh just to pick out those highlights underneath the eyes. Okay, now that the eyes are done, we're going to get some of the Questor flesh, just a little bit, not much. You only want about that much on your brush, and then mix that in to your Catachan Flesh. And then we want to start picking out those most prominent areas of the face. So the tops of the cheeks, and the forehead. So pick out the between the lines, and then the eyebrow, and then the other cheek. And the nostrils at the side of the nose, like so. And then again. Just to pick them out and build up those highlights. Okay, the next, so by this stage you want about a 50-50 mix of Catachan Flesh and Questor. And again, just picking out the most prominent features on the face. Let's see. Get the camera in focus. like so. And then a couple of thin, very thin lines on the forehead. Like so. And you can do a highlight along the top of the head here as well. And just a couple of thin layers on the top of the head, just to give some highlight. Okay, now some more. So we're almost to pure Night Questor now. And again, we want to pick out the most prominent points on the face. Like so, so far. Like that. So you're really sort of getting those highlights out now. And just make sure you get that little crease there. And then the final highlight, you want to get some Night Questor. You want to pick out the most prominent points. Now this is going to look quite strong, so make sure that the paint is quite thin. And you just want to pick out the most prominent points. Like so. Just get that little nookie, a little sort of wrinkle. And then do the other side. Like so. And then what you can do is a very thin layer, almost glaze-like, just over the top of the head, and then just feather that out a little, so you almost get a glaze over the top. Like so. So what you can, so once you've got this, get that zoomed in properly, what you now could do is you can get some thinned Cadian Fleshtone. We're using this as an extreme highlight, so we're only really picking out the most prominent details of the model. So the edge of the nose, the nostrils at the side of the nose, like so. this little wrinkle in the center of the head, and then getting the eyebrow, underneath the eye. And this will just bring everything out. And then you want to just do the little wrinkle there, and then the tops of the cheek, like so. And again, the tops of the cheek. Get the eyebrow, the side of the eyebrow, and there we go. And that is how you do dark skin tones. Can, if you really want to, just pick out some of the wrinkles on the top. And that's it. So that is dark skin tone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish everything else on the head off camera, and then I'll show you the finished result. So here's the finished head. We've got everything, all the metallics done, and as you can see, it looks pretty awesome. So definitely things to remember is contrast is the key with dark skin. You need to make sure that you pick out the main features of the face. And I highly recommend the new Games Workshop shades of Catachan Flesh. I think there's Blood Reaver Fleshtone is like sort of the mid-tone, and Night Questor Flesh are really good at achieving good dark skin tones. So I hope you try it, and I hope you like the video. And if you do, ring that bell and like the video, and please subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Instagram at 8 Star Painting, at Facebook at 8 Star Painting, and over on Twitter at 8 Star. All links below, and I'll have the list of paints that I'm using for this tutorial in the description below as well. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.